Dulera will not replace a rescue inhaler for sudden symptoms.
A 6-month clinical study has shown Dulera helps significantly improve lung function.
Dulera contains formoterol, which increases the risk of death from asthma problems and may increase the risk of hospitalization in children and adolescents. Dulera is not for people whose asthma is well controlled with a long-term asthma control medicine, like an inhaled corticosteroid. Once your asthma is well controlled, your doctor will decide if you can stop Dulera and prescribe a different asthma control medicine, like an inhaled corticosteroid. Do not take Dulera more than prescribed. See your doctor if your asthma does not improve or gets worse.
Ask your doctor about Dulera.
Introducing new Flonase Allergy Relief Nasal Spray. This changes everything. New Flonase outperforms the #1 allergy pill, so you will inhale life. When we breathe in allergens, our bodies react by overproducing 6 key inflammatory substances that cause our symptoms. The leading allergy pill only controls 1. Flonase controls 6, and 6 is greater than 1. So roll down your windows, hug your pet, dust off some memories, make new ones. New Flonase. 6 is greater than 1. This changes everything.
Gonna wash the dust off my soul. Gonna listen to some rock and roll. No cares, come what may. I'm making a beautiful day.
You're only young once, unless you have a Subaru.
The Subaru XV Crosstrek. Symmetrical all-wheel drive plus 34 mpg. Love. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
Be one with it, and it will be one with you. Be one with your tires, and the road will be one with you. Hankook Tires.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, abundant sunshine. High 83. Winds east at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, mainly clear. Low 71. Winds east at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Monday, morning thunderstorms. High 84. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Taking a live look at the West Coast, do I see some wet roadways there in San Francisco? There on the left, that is fantastic. And then on the right, Los Angeles, but it's going to be quite windy in San Francisco. Meanwhile, Los Angeles, a few clouds for now. No sign of the rain just yet, high up to 68.
You know what? The dedication, right? Because not only are there wet roadways there, but there was also a runner going over the bridge in the background. So running in the rain and doing the bridge run, which is a very difficult trek. That's some Sunday morning go get 'em.
What he said. But we're happy to see the rain, man.
You know, we need the rain in California. It's just drops in the very dry bucket at this point. But that said, we'll take it because it's a different pattern, right? We've got this big trough digging its way in across the western United States. That is a welcome change. 1-2 punch, more than one storm coming into the West Coast for the early portion of the week. And that is so different from how it's been. The Sierra Nevada snow levels and snow amounts are so paltry right now, 6 to 7% of where we typically are. But from today into tomorrow, we get a little bit of that mountain snow. Tomorrow, heavier rain here in coastal northern California. And look what happens by Tuesday. Central Cali and even Southern California getting in on some of that precip. There is that potential of some rather steady and heavy rains at times here, so maybe even some problems with flooding. On the recent burn scars, you got to watch out there. But we'll take this, right? Mountain snow, heavy at times over much of the Sierra Nevada. excellent news because, hey, we rely on that precipitation for the drier season that's still to come. Yes, we talk about the wet season and the dry season. This is typically when we would see so much of our rain and fill the reservoirs and stock up the mountains with snow. It hasn't really happened this year. 2 to 3 inches of rain in some cases. Most areas through Tuesday will see an inch or so, but there could be some heavier amounts. Look at San Francisco. The average rainfall since January 1st should be basically at 12.5 inches. We're at meager amounts from there. Only 1.6 inches of rain so far since January 1st. That is unbelievably low. The good news is that we are looking at some rain to come into play, right? About 1/10 of an inch or so today, almost 3/4 of an inch by the time we get into tomorrow. So that's already much better, and it will still be raining into Tuesday as we see those 2 storms coming on into the San Francisco Bay Area.
All right, much needed. Happy to see it. You know, the National Park Service wants you, America. They're asking you to find your park.
And that can be anywhere from Yellowstone National Park to the battlegrounds, even the seashore. So here to tell us more about the new initiative is Park Resource Education Ranger Caitlin Worth. Good morning, Caitlin.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good.
Tell us a little bit about why you guys think it's so important for people to go out and find a park.
You know, I think that we are, of course, leading up to the National Park Service Centennial, and the Find Your Park campaign is really kind of all about discovery. It's about reaching out and finding new places, but it's also about discovering the connections you already have developed with parks that maybe are just near you.
Now, you work at Smoky Mountain National Park. I am personally obsessed with your webcams. I check them almost every day because they're so beautiful. So obviously, your park is special. Why is it to you?
You know, I think that the Smokies is special for a lot of reasons, but one of the things that I think is amazing about it is that there's just kind of something for everyone here. You know, whether you are really interested in those high elevation vistas or riverside or waterfalls or wildlife or even history, you know, you can really come to the Smokies and see so much of it from the car, but even more if you're interested in being, you know, getting out and hiking some on the trails.
And right now we are what we call recharging. We've put the phones away. However, we know there's a social campaign to go along with your Find the Park campaign. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, you know, I think that unlike so many of our other, you know, anniversaries per se, in this campaign we really have a chance to let people connect with their parks and then share them with other people. And so we're asking when people get out into their parks and find some beautiful places that they share their experiences with hashtag Find Your Park on social media outlets, and that they can even get on the findyourpark.com website and share their stories about those special places.
Caitlin, real quick, if you can't choose Smoky National Park, which national park would you choose to go hang out in for a bit?
You know, I think I found my park at Gulf Islands National Seashore when I was a kid.
Nice.
Good one, good one. Caitlin Worth, thank you so much. And we're looking at the beautiful Smoky Mountain National Park right there in that shot. In the forecast, if you are perhaps headed to that park, you do have a chance for showers and thunderstorms. So be keyed into the weather if you are, say, doing any camping out there.
Have your plan, know where to go if you're hiking or camping, know how to get out of a thunderstorm if it comes your way. Of course, a screech owl brings a city project to a screeching halt in the Boston area.
Until the bird moves out, an unsafe tree stays put. Our guest fills us in after your local on the 8s.
There's nothing more romantic than a spontaneous moment, so why pause to take a pill? And why stop what you're doing to find a bathroom? With Cialis for daily use, you don't have to plan around either. It's the only daily tablet approved to treat erectile dysfunction, so you can be ready anytime the moment is right. Plus, Cialis treats the frustrating urinary symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently, day or night. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any symptoms of an allergic reaction, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Why pause the moment? Ask your doctor about Cialis for daily use. For a free 30-tablet trial, go to Cialis.com.
Your heart is precious. One of many ways to support its health is new True Heart from One A Day. It's the only heart health supplement with ingredients to both help lower bad cholesterol and support healthy blood pressure, and also includes CoQ10. Try new True Heart.
Thanks for this Oreo caramel shake, Kara.
Can't believe you ordered all these shakes.
Yeah.
And how do you know her name?
Oh, I kind of have nicknames for everybody based upon my order.
Caramel, Cara.
Yeah. Holly for jalapeno chocolate.
That's
and
great.
Janine for peanut butter.
Why Janine for peanut butter?
Because she reminds me of my ex-girlfriend Janine, who was nuts.
She was crazy.
25 hand-mixed real ice cream shakes, all half price after 8 p.m. This is how you Sonic.
When you go out there, it's dangerous.
Skin's ability to retain moisture weakens with age. New Gold Bond Strength and Resilience has skin-plumping moisturizers and proteins from the Resurrection Plant to bring skin back to life. 84% saw an improvement in skin texture in 5 days. Gold Bond Strength and Resilience.
When you're diabetic, one of the important things about keeping yourself healthy is keeping your skin hydrated.
Gold Bond Diabetics Dry Skin Relief. 9 out of 10 saw noticeable improvement in just 1 hour. Dry skin is under control.
Gold Bond really works.
I never thought there was hope that I would get clean because I've been trying for many years. I got clean at 39. I could honestly say I've been trying since 23. There were many nights that I went to bed that I didn't think I was going to wake up. I had taken so many pills, and I didn't think I'd wake up. And there were some days where I felt like my heart was like really speeding along, and that's how bad my life got. You know, thank God I don't have to live like that anymore.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, abundant sunshine. High 83. Winds east at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, mainly clear. Low 71. Winds east at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Monday, morning thunderstorms. High 84. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Into us, Easter Sunday snow in Hancock, New York. This sent to us by John and Rusty.
Yeah, a half-inch of snow in the past 24 hours from that first clipper that went through yesterday. So far this month, a little bit shy of an inch in the area. You know, nothing says spring holidays quite like snow.
And that was Joanne, by the way. I said John Ann. But regardless, it's a wonderful shot of what we're dealing with as far as this April snow.
Yeah.
What's the phrase? You know, what is the saying for April snow showers? I know what it is for rain showers.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
They bring Mayflowers later.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know.
Late Mayflowers.
Late Mayflowers. Yeah. Let's get you kind of talking about this because you may think this is kind of late in the season to see it. Not necessarily. Average last measurable snowfall for cities like Buffalo, Albany, Syracuse, Burlington, and Bangor. Early to mid-May, but I should say early to mid-April, but it's as late as May that you can get some of that snowfall still on the records books there. It's pretty incredible. But we are talking about the April snow today, that's for sure. And it's not a lot, it's enough. As you saw from that picture, it's just keeping things dusted here. Buffalo still reporting some snow, 31 degrees. Rain on the south side, marginally cold. So even with the snowfall happening, you may get a little bit of rain mixed in. No mixing in at all at Mount Washington. Always love checking in with these guys. A whiteout here. Winds are 62 miles per hour, so that wind chill is 29 below zero. But we do have enough cold air that we've got some rain and snow showers again today and even into tomorrow. But Mark, when we look at snowfall totals where it is snowing, it's on the order of 1 to 3. So maybe some slushy spots. That should be just about it.
Yeah, so people should be able to deal with this one. And get ready for this because this story is a hoot. It's all about an owl in Cambridge, Massachusetts, making the headlines, single-handedly putting a stop to tree removal work.
Until the stubborn tenant leaves, the tree will stay. Joining us now to talk about the discovery is city arborist David Lefcourt. David, good morning to you, and thank you so much for joining us. Fascinating story. How did the city come across this tree and the owl?
Well, it's a city tree that the city is responsible for in the public right-of-way. And back in January, we got an email from a concerned resident about the condition of the tree. The tree had a vertical crack going all the way up and down the tree. So we came in and removed the tree. And typically when we get called in for emergency jobs, we just take out the canopy of the tree and leave the trunk standing. And then fast forward about 2 months later, I received a call from somebody over at our Fresh Pond Reservation, Water Department area, telling me about this owl that had taken up residence in this trunk. And it said, if you can hold off on removing the tree or the trunk until the owl leaves, we would greatly appreciate it. Of course, we would never do anything like that. So we're currently dealing with a screech owl in a tree over by the reservation, and it's going to stay there until it moves on. And it's the same with the trunk.
And real quickly, have you ever seen anything like this before?
No, I've never seen an owl take up a residence in a trunk of a tree. We have stopped work for raccoons and squirrels and other birds, but never have I come across a screech owl taking up a residence in a tree like that.
All right.
David, thank you. And it looks like that owl is pretty stubborn and will stay put.
Very
that little
comfy,
face.
very comfy there, just hanging out.
We'll be right back talking more about the severe weather with Dr. Forbes.
Andrew, Rita, Sandy. Meet Chris, Jackie, Joe. Minor damage or major disaster. When you need us most, we're there. State Farm. We're a force of nature, too.
Bridgestone's Drive Guard tires are engineered to take a puncture and go up to 50 miles.
We can drive 50 miles on a flat, and you have an app that makes nails pop up?
Yep.
Wow. We could rule the world. But I've got carpool at 3, though, so...
Oh, that timing.
We could, mess with the world and then be back to carpool.
Right now, when you buy 4 select Bridgestone tires, you can receive a $70 Bridgestone Visa prepaid card by mail. Bridgestone, we're changing the game in tire performance.
14 clubs. That's what they tell us a legal golf bag can hold. And while that leaves a little room for balls and tees, it doesn't leave room for much else. There's no room left for deadlines or conference calls. Not a single pocket to hold the stress of the day or the to-do list of tomorrow. Only 14 clubs. Pick out the right one and drive it right down the middle of Pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org.
Think your tropical vacation can't get any better than this? Xperio UV superior polarized sun lenses eliminate 100% of blinding reflective glare and offer the maximum UV protection. Ask for Xperio UV superior polarized sun lenses for the best vision under the sun.
You know those neighbors always making weird inventions out of junk in their garage? The Weather Channel just gave them their own TV show.
Gonna be awesome!
Sunday nights.
Come on, wind! I think I just made Mother Nature my bitch.
One man's trash.
This is perfect.
Is another man's wood-powered.
This is incredible.
Failure's not an option.
Oh, yeah, it is.
We got a problem, Houston.
Brainstormers, Sunday nights at 9, only on the Weather Channel.
Well, after what was a quiet March on the tornado count, April is off to a fast start. On Thursday, at least 6 tornadoes blasted 4 states: Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, and Oklahoma. Wait, that's Oklahoma twice.
Yes.
Arkansas.
There you
Arkansas is the other one.
Good catch.
Yeah.
And, the strongest happened to be an EF2 tornado that slammed Pomona, Missouri, packing 120-mile-per-hour winds while destroying at least 5 homes. Severe weather expert Dr. Greg Forbes is in the lab breaking down what more to expect this month.
Now that we're into April, what do we expect tornado-wise? Well, here are the statistics. The 20-year average, 186 for the month as a whole. 2014 was about 50% below average with 128. The record, look at that, 758 back in 2011. There have been some huge outbreaks, and of course, one of those contributed to that record 2011. The super outbreak 2011, April 26, 28, included those deadly tornadoes down in Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee. 293 tornadoes in that one. Super outbreak number 1 in 1974 had 147, and additional outbreaks you see there, 80 tornadoes or more. So it's a month known for outbreaks. Where the tornadoes occur? Well, on average, these red shaded areas, all of these red shaded states have above average tornado chances. The numbers indicate how much above average. And Alabama, known for that deadly outbreak of tornadoes back in 2011, 6 times the national average in terms of the tornado likelihood during the month of April. So you see a lot of states there. So when you get those tornado warnings, in fact, when you get those outlooks and the forecast for the Weather Channel days ahead of time, you need to be paying attention. Stay safe. Back to you.
Thanks, Dr. Forbes. And yeah, I mean, torcons are up across the center of the country as we go through the week.
Absolutely. See the 4 out of 10 for Kansas City Wednesday into Thursday, and then into Arkansas, Little Rock, 3 out of 10 by Thursday.
So with severe storm season in full gear now and with the threat of tornadoes, what really goes on inside the heart of a twister?
Coming up next on Weather Geeks, Dr. Marshall Shepard goes in depth.
Coming up at noon on Weather Geeks, 3 young engineers want to take this and launch it into a tornado. We'll see you at noon on Weather Geeks.
That is awesome. I can't wait to hear more about how they are going to launch that and have it stay up in a tornado.
Yeah. What's great is that that's sort of the Newsweek show of the Weather Channel. It's fascinating. You'll be smarter by the end of the show, and this is a fascinating and very timely topic for sure.
So thanks for unplugging and spending some time with us today.
Thank you, Mark, for hanging with me
thanks for
on
letting
this
me play
Sunday.
along.
Hope you have a wonderful day. Weather Geeks next.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, abundant sunshine. High 83. Winds east at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, mainly clear. Low 71. Winds east at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Monday, morning thunderstorms. High 84. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
And welcome to Weather Geeks, and we are here today with some stuff straight out of Hollywood. All of us have seen Twister, and we've got some Twister-esque stuff for you today, the Sirens Project. I'm joined by the founder of the Sirens Project, Warren Causey. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
And, you know, look, let's just start off. First of all, what is the Sirens Project, and where did the name come from?
So basically, the Sirens Project, I'd have to say, is a collision of passion and technology. I've been fascinated with tornadoes ever since I was little. Actually, the movie Twister terrified me when I was little, but it kind of...
It terrified me too, but for different reasons.
So it got me, into the weather scene and everything. And so basically, I decided to start chasing, out of high school and when I could drive on my own. And so spent a couple of years doing that. And I'd have to say it all started with the El Reno tornado, May 31st, 2015.
Now, I think from what I understand, you were out chasing in that tornado?
That's correct, yes, absolutely.
And tell us a little bit about your experience with that.
Well, as most people know, it was a pretty intense tornado, and it was very erratic and changed directions and grew in size as it sped up, so it caught a lot of people off guard.
Sure.
And so we escaped, fortunately, as you know, some of our colleagues.
We lost 3 very valuable researchers. Tim Samaras is his crew, and so we certainly send our thoughts and prayers out to his family there.
Absolutely.
But we've learned quite a bit from some of their efforts, and you've picked up on some of their research as well with some Twistex.
Yes, Tim Samaras, I guess, has been an inspiration to me. He started out as a mechanical engineer, and he would, build things and stuff like that to research tornadoes. And so that's kind of where the idea came from. After the passing of Tim, I got to thinking, there's got to be a better way to research tornadoes, and the technology is here, and I found out about this technology through one of my really good friends, Nolan, in my engineering graphics class.
Now, by the way, let's touch on that, because you are students at Southern Polytechnic here in Georgia. How did students here in Georgia, this is not necessarily Tornado Alley, but clearly you do have some ties to where the tornadoes happen more frequently.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's why we make the trip out west to get better views of the tornadoes. In the southeast, it's not exactly the best chasing terrain, so that's why we would travel to see them. So, I met Nolan in my engineering graphics class, and we kind of got to talking about, tornadoes. I was sharing my experiences with him, and he kind of touched on the fact that he was really into drones, unmanned, aerial RC aircraft and stuff like that. So it kind of hit me, we could take these two interests, two passions, if you will, and bring them together and form this project. And the name of the Sirens, comes from the tornado siren itself, but also the mythical creature that sings and lures people in. So tornadoes lure me in. I'm really interested. So it's kind of a double play there on the name.
Yes, that's very creative. Now look, it's not that I'm psychic, but I know there's some viewers out there and some colleagues that are saying, come on guys, this isn't going to work.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know it. So what would you say to those critics that say that?
Well, you got to take risks trying something new, and if this proves to be an effective way to intercept tornadoes and get data back, I think it just opens up a whole new, world pretty much to understand tornadoes. We can not put people in jeopardy, but use these disposable machines to, to see inside these this weather phenomenon.
Yeah, and let's go there, because you just mentioned putting people in jeopardy. What about the safety issues? What about FAA concerns? What about this being another piece of debris out there that could harm people?
Absolutely. We've taken all these things into consideration. We're definitely labeled as hobbyists still. This is not a commercial operation by any means. So also, we're very particular on what tornadoes we're going to actually intercept. So we're not going to intercept any tornadoes that are damaging a populated area, have just damaged a populated area, or going to. So, we don't want to add anything, to the tornado. So we have got to choose them extremely carefully. A tornado that comes to mind is the May 28, 2013 Bennington. Big wedge, sat in a field for over an hour, didn't move. After a little while, it got rain wrapped, but there was a good window of opportunity right there that we could have definitely intercepted. So those are the kind of tornadoes that we'll definitely be looking for.
No, it just as quiet as kept. There is a group at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln in collaboration with folks in Colorado that are doing this. Now, I understand that the approaches are different. Can you talk about how what you're doing is different from them?
Absolutely. So it's my understanding that the group in Nebraska is using these unmanned aerial vehicles to actually deploy a probe, if you will, from a loft to be taken into the inflow, where ours are actually made to be the probe itself. They're intercepting the tornado directly, and for lack of better terms, are disposable, in our eyes. So that's the approach we're taking, is to actually intercept the tornado directly.
Now,
essentially.
Again, you've gotten this started through a Kickstarter campaign. Walk us through how this got. And by the way, Weather Geeks view, we're going to see some of these exciting drones. You've brought some in for us.
Absolutely,
later in the show. But tell us how you told us how you got the idea, but how did you get this from the idea to a drone sitting here in the Weather Channel studios and perhaps deploying later in the season?
Yeah, it's a great story. It's definitely an emotional and just different nerves going, throughout the whole entire process. But we started out making our drones actually by hand, where we would what's called hot knifing.
By hand?
Yeah,
like Pinewood Derby type stuff?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we'd huddle up in a garage. In the winter time is when we kind of started, doing all this stuff. So it was cold, but we'd get our equipment out, and we'd start cutting these blocks of foam out in the shape of the airfoil that we wanted, and then we would wrap them on fiberglass, and that gives them that rigid type of structure that's able to fly reliably. And so we made several just handmade versions of these drones, and tested them, crashed them, tested them, crashed them, tested them. The process goes on and on, but then we decided, we could really take this to the next level, if we had some funding. I really think, we believed in this project, and so we took the Kickstarter, and within 35 days we raised $11,000.
Oh, wow, really?
And so we were really excited about that. And actually, a company called Ag Eagle out in Neodesha, Kansas, become really good friends of ours now, actually wanted to get in on the project, and they manufacture drones for the agricultural industry, for farmers, designed for long flight time, surveying crops and that kind of thing. But they're like, we really need to get into this project. So they send us, their wings, and so we've been using those.
Well, and we're going to see those here in a moment.
That's right.
Because next on Weather Geeks, a little show and tell. We're going to look at some of the drones that they've brought into the studio, and we'll talk to some of the pilots to discuss how they're going to get this thing in a supercell next on Weather Geeks. But first, our Geek of the Week.
Wes Browning is the meteorologist in charge at the National Weather Service office in St. Louis, Missouri. This South Louisiana native is a storm chaser at heart and loves Gulf Coast thunderstorms. While chasing Hurricane Charlie, Wes observed a 172-mile-per-hour wind gust before the anemometer was destroyed. When he's not getting blown around by the wind, he's harnessing it. Wes says he's obsessed with kiteboarding.
Let me talk to you about retirement. A 401k is the most sound way to go. Let's talk asset allocation. Sure.
You seem knowledgeable, professional.
I'm actually a DJ.
No way.
That really is you. If they're not a CFP pro, you just don't know. CFP. Work with the highest standard.
Introducing new Flonase Allergy Relief Nasal Spray. This changes everything. New Flonase outperforms the #1 allergy pill, so you will inhale life. When we breathe in allergens, our bodies react by overproducing 6 key inflammatory substances that cause our symptoms. The leading allergy pill only controls 1. Flonase controls 6, and 6 is greater than 1. So roll down your windows, hug your pet, dust off some memories, make new ones. New Flonase. 6 is greater than 1. This changes everything.
When Ted's battery light lit up, his morning went from bad to worse. But after a pit stop at AutoZone, where they checked that for free, Ted was back to peak performance. It's called The Zone, and we'll help get you there. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
What's he doing? You think I have time to run into?
Golfsmith. Anything for golf.
When you go out there, it's dangerous.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, abundant sunshine. High 83. Winds east at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, mainly clear. Low 71. Winds east at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Monday, morning thunderstorms. High 84. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
We have been shattering records. Look at this sample.
I'm getting soaked.
You weren't expecting that, were you?
No, I wasn't.
Discover Can-Am's wide range of industry-leading vehicles during the Ready to Ride sales event. For a limited time, the Outlander L starts at $59.99. Or get the versatile Commander, the powerful Outlander, and the turbocharged Maverick XDS with cash rebates up to $2,000. Don't miss out. Visit your local dealer during the Ready to Ride sales event. Can-Am, the ride says it all.
Gonna wash the dust off my soul. Gonna listen to some rock and roll. No cares, come what may. I'm making a beautiful day.
You're only young once, unless you have a Subaru.
The Subaru XV Crosstrek. Symmetrical all-wheel drive plus 34 mpg. Love. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
He says she's an undisciplined overwaterer. She claims he's a cruel underwaterer. With Miracle Grow Moisture Control Potting Mix, plants only get water when they need it. Fight ended or shifted. Miracle Grow. Life starts here.
And we are back on Weather Geeks with guys from the Sirens Project, Brent Boothiller and Warren Causey. And we have some Weather Geek paraphernalia, so to speak, here tonight, I have to say. Tell us a little bit about your drone here and what this is all about. What are we seeing here?
Well, this is our Flying Wing. It is manufactured in Neodesha, Kansas by a company called Ag Eagle. And what it was originally designed for was agricultural mapping and kind of imaging in that way, but we've kind of repurposed it to carry our sensor equipment to be manually controlled to be, put in the flight path of a tornado.
Sure. And just some, I'm seeing a camera here. Clearly we have a propeller. What are just some of the parts of this?
So from the front we have HD action camera, which will be talking wirelessly to a drone deploy, which is a different unit that will basically broadcast all of our data live through a cellular network. And then as we move out, this is a live video antenna, transmitting antenna.
Okay.
So what it does is it sends us live with very little latency video back to the truck. So we can safely pilot it from the camera from a distance.
Now, I understand you're going to be taking standard meteorological measurements. Where are they? I mean, this thing's going into a tornadic supercell storm, so it has to be fairly durable. What are you thinking about with that?
So all the sensoring equipment is housed in the center part, which is actually really beefed up, and it's reinforced with fiberglass and Kevlar and carbon fiber and all that, so it's very protected.
Well, I'm an old NASA guy, and we used to shake satellites around before we launched them to sort of I mean, have you done any sort of thermal testing or any vibration testing, any of that type of thing on the instrument?
Everything, all the sensors are vibration dampened. They're all mounted to kind of a foam rubber to make sure, because they have gyros in them, which helps us fly more stable, so we have to do that anyway.
Yeah.
So all the sensors and everything are kind of cushioned and packed in there to kind of alleviate any problems like that.
No, Warren, is there anything special about this particular design aerodynamically or in terms of wingspan size as far as getting it into the storms?
Yeah, we know that Ag Eagle has done a lot of research and development as far as this wing design goes. The farmers out in the Midwest definitely need a reliable source of data acquisition, and that means it needs to be able to fly in any kind of weather conditions. So the farmer needs to be able to go out 50-mile-an-hour winds and launch this, and get his data and survey his crops. So this is centered around flying in extreme weather already.
Right.
And so, they're designed for long flight time, but we've kind of modified that to shorter flight time but more top speed. So we have a lot faster aircraft based off of our power and our motor and propeller combination and stuff like that. So yeah, we sacrifice a little bit of flight time, but we get a lot more speed out of it, and that's really going to be important to slice through those low-level winds and punch into the inflow jet to get inside the tornado. So.
Now, briefly, I'm literally, once you're out there, how are you going to deploy this? Did you just launch this off this? What happens?
So when we get out there, we'll build, this is all kind of flat packable, so we can fit it in a small car, and we'll build this stand once we get to a safe location, and basically it's just like an aircraft carrier.
Sure.
So it stays on this cradle, and we'll pull this back.
Okay.
And it clips into a little safety release foot switch down here, and when we're ready to go, we just step on it and it launches.
And there's 8 of these bungee cords. We just got one on there right now, but this thing has some serious power when it comes off. I mean, it's already doing close to 40 miles an hour off the stand, so it's ready to fly.
All right, and when we come back on Weather Geeks, we are going to geek out on the type of data that this thing is going to capture and how will it improve our understanding of tornadoes. Next on Weather Geeks.
Which car company is the first and only to offer built-in 4G LTE Wi-Fi in cars, trucks, and crossovers? Ranking from top to bottom.
I'm going to say Mercedes is the innovator.
BMW just because they're pricey.
The final answer? Chevy.
This model has the Wi-Fi in it?
Yep.
That's the dream, to have Wi-Fi in the car.
Get cash back for 15% of the MSRP on select 2015 models. That's over $4,000 on this Chevy Equinox. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Working on my feet all day gave me pain here in my lower back. But now I step on this machine and get my number, which matches my Dr. Scholl's custom fit orthotic inserts. Now I get immediate relief from my foot pain.
My lower back pain.
Find a machine at drscholls.com.
You do know the experts at Midas will tell you when he's fixing now and what can wait, right? Like, I don't know, brakes? Of course I do.
One of the best things about driving is being able to stop. Get up to $100 back by mail on a 2-axle brake service. Brakes, tires, oil, everything.
We're here today asking kids what their favorite vegetable is.
Kids?
Now we're going to give those same kids Bush's baked beans. And finally, we're going to tell them that Bush's baked beans are actually a vegetable.
Ixnay on the vegetable bay.
Oh, right. Bush's secret family recipe gives them a delicious flavor, so they're a vegetable that kids actually like.
Bush's baked beans, the vegetable that kids love.
You know you're gonna go out in bad weather.
We're willing to take a lot of risk.
He has no heartbeat, he's got no pulse.
These people are counting on us.
So let's go!
I've never been so terrified.
When you go out there, it's dangerous.
Welcome to Strength and Performance from Cub Cadet, the proven innovator of award-winning zero-turn riders. Welcome to efficient zero-turn performance with the ease of steering wheel control and an advanced cutting system delivering beautiful results every time. Welcome to Strongsville. Experience the strongest lineup of zero-turns in the business. Visit your local Cub Cadet dealer today, where you'll find exceptional financing for a limited time.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
We have been shattering records. Look at this sample.
I'm getting soaked.
You weren't expecting that, were you?
No, I wasn't.
You know those neighbors always making weird inventions out of junk in their garage? The Weather Channel just gave them their own TV show.
It's gonna be awesome!
Sunday nights.
Come on, wind! I think I just made Mother Nature my
One man's trash.
This is perfect!
Is another man's wood-powered Jeep gasifier.
This is incredible! Failure's not an option. Oh, yeah, it is.
We got a problem, Houston!
Brainstormers, Sunday nights at 9, only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, partly cloudy, high 83. Winds east at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, a few passing clouds, low 71. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Monday, scattered thunderstorms in the morning, then partly cloudy for the afternoon. High 84. Chance of rain 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
And we're back here on Weather Geeks, and I'm here with the fellows from Project Siren, or the Sirens Project, and we have Warren Causey, and we have been joined in the last segment here by Nolan Lunsford, and it says you are the project engineer. What does that mean?
I'm responsible for making sure the whole system works properly, everything from the data collection to the actual flight of the craft. So I just inspect all the electronics basically and ensure that the entire system is ready to go.
No, and I want to get this quickly. What are both of your backgrounds? I know you're mostly engineers. What's your background here at Southern? What are you studying?
I'm studying mechatronic engineering.
Okay.
It's a combination of mechanical and electrical.
Okay.
So it's basically robotics. Exactly what this project is.
Sure, and Mark, you're in mechanical engineering, as we heard earlier.
That's correct.
Right. Yeah. Now, look, you guys want to fly drones into supercell thunderstorms. We've got dual polarimetric radar out there. We've got all kinds of other techniques. What type of data, what is this going to teach us, or what is it going to do for us to improve our diagnostics or prediction capability that we can't get from a Doppler radar or from our dual pol radar?
So the actual data from physically being inside the tornado could be different from what we, in theory, think the radar gives us. So it's going to be compared from actual data versus theoretical data,
yeah.
and that's
so
that's
you're looking to get in-storm trajectories, post-storm. I mean, just tell us a little bit more about what you mean there.
We'll be collecting barometric pressure, humidity, and temperature, and also we'll have a feed of all of the accelerations and velocities and the GPS coordinates and altitude of the craft.
Yeah.
So we'll know the exact flight path of the craft inside the tornado while also collecting all the data at each point inside the tornado.
So what's the engineering of the data sort of being transmitted back to Control Central, so to speak? And feel free to jump in here too, Warren.
Yeah, we actually we're through the Kickstarter in contact with a company called Drone Deploy, and they manufacture and develop these wireless systems, pretty much modems that go on the craft itself and can communicate and connect with the flight controller that's getting the data back. And so as it's measuring the data in the flight controller, it goes to the Drone Deploy modem, and then it's sent to us LTE 4G in real time.
Okay.
So, we're getting that data that way, and also through our telemetry connection, which is actually how we pilot the aircraft. So, two different ways. Redundancy is good. So
now, okay, when are you planning to try this?
I think, May is going to be a good shot for us. That's kind of like, when we're all free. I mean, our schedules are pretty crazy, but
still students first.
Exactly. So that's our day job. So, yeah, we're definitely shooting for mid-May. We'll just have to see what the weather patterns do. I know it's been kind of quiet right now, but it looks like that's going to take a turn here in a little bit.
Yeah,
so.
as of taping, Jordan McLeod, a former student of ours that now at the University of North Carolina, says it's the first time in March we haven't had any tornadoes since 1950 here in the South. So it has really been quiet. I thought that was interesting. So any other applications you see for this beyond tornadoes?
I definitely think the data itself, can be used to help engineers build structures. That's another important factor. Coming from an engineering school, we have a really nice civil engineering program. And so they might be able to use this data, the accelerational forces that we were talking about earlier, to see kind of how debris acts inside of a tornado, and you can use that information to better understand how it's going to contact a surface like a building or like a window, a door, or something like that. So these little changes can be made to the structure that give it better integrity.
Okay, got to ask this question to both of you. Quickly answer though. What keeps you up at night as you prepare for this? What do you worry most about? I can think of some obvious things.
I've never storm chased before, so
very quickly too on this answer.
I'm really not too scared. This guy knows what he's talking about, so I'm just really putting my faith in
Warren. It's all on you, Warren.
It's the craft that I want to be able to recover the craft physically after it goes in the tornado. So that's the main thing.
Okay, so boy, that's exciting. So we'll check back with these guys later. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the show. You can find us on Twitter, and we also have a Facebook page where there was information from past shows. Thank you for joining us on Weather Geeks.
It took James Dyson 5,000 prototypes to invent the bagless vacuum, and another 10,000 to invent the only vacuum that doesn't lose suction, thanks to patented sonic tips. Everything else is history. Search Kinetic now.
I chose my Mahindra because there's nothing out there that beats it.
And right now, nothing beats Mahindra's Red Tag savings, like 0 interest for 84 months, or up to $4,500 cash back and a 5-year warranty.
You could lift just about anything with that thing. It has never let me down. I would definitely recommend the #1 selling tractor in the world, Mahindra.
The world's #1 selling tractor. Visit MahindraUSA.com.
Hey, buddy, you're squashing me. Liquid wart remover could take weeks to treat.
Embarrassing wart? Dr. Scholl's Freeze Away wipes them out fast with as few as 1 treatment.
Freeze Away!
Dr. Scholl's, the #1 selling freeze brand.
I am never getting married.
Never.
Guaranteed.
You picked a beautiful ring.
Thank you. We're never having kids.
Breathe. Over here.
We are never moving to the suburbs. We are never getting one of those. We're never having another kid.
I'm pregnant.
I'm never letting go.
For all the nevers in life, State Farm is there.
Master Cromwell, a man of many talents.
He comes from nothing.
A ruffian.
It's as if he's the one in charge.
You think you are the king?
I'm warning you, those who've been made can be unmade.
I entirely agree.
tires? Right now at Pep Boys, when you buy 3 Falcon, Cooper, or Hankook tires, you get the 4th tire free instantly. Plus, get special financing for 12 months on purchases of $4.99 or more on your Pep Boys credit card. Trust the boys to get you there.
Sean! Come on, get together.
Whatever their stickers say, they'll all lose suction because their filters clog. But with our sonic tips oscillating at 5,000 Hertz, only new Dyson Kinetic Science won't lose suction.
You know those neighbors always making weird inventions out of junk in their garage? The Weather Channel just gave them their own TV show.
It's gonna be awesome!
Sunday nights.
Come on, Wind! I think I just made Mother Nature my
One man's trash.
This is perfect!
Is another man's wood-powered Jeep gasifier.
This is incredible. Failure's not an option.
Oh, yeah, it is.
We got a problem, Houston!
Brainstormers, Sunday nights at 9, only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, partly cloudy, high 83. Winds east at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, a few passing clouds, low 71. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Monday, scattered thunderstorms in the morning, then partly cloudy for the afternoon. High 84. Chance of rain 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
We are still in the eye, and we're still trying to get in a safe place.
She is in labor right now.
We know more about this system hour by hour.
This is our Pineapple Express pumping in that rainfall.
We are talking about a doozy of a storm.
It was right on top of us. And then it hit. And we took it to the edge. Didn't give up.
You know you're gonna go out in bad weather.
We're willing to take a lot of risk.
He has no heartbeat, he's got no pulse.
These people are counting on us.
So let's go!
I've never been so terrified.
When you go out there, it's dangerous.
A powerful outbreak.
The large cone right there next to the sun.
It's down, it's down.
A city destroyed.
Winds that were ranging between 150 to 250 miles an hour.
The storm riders battled grueling conditions.
Trees are getting hit. Tell the guys behind us to back up.
To get 5 intense tornadoes.
Beautiful.
They tracked the meanest, deadliest storms on Earth. Tornadoes, hurricanes, even ice storms. They're hardcore meteorologists who don't rely on high-tech gadgets, just a cell phone connection and a map. This ride is the ultimate fusion of science and adventure for meteorologist Simon Brewer and Justin Drake. Storm chasing isn't a hobby.
Whoa! Now you see this?
It's a way of life. It's been an active 2011 season for meteorologists Simon Brewer and Justin Drake.
It's coming right at us.
They've racked up more than 17,000 miles in the past 2 months, chasing and documenting some of America's most dangerous tornadoes.
Wow, that is just amazing.
Today, Simon and Justin are in their home state of Oklahoma scanning weather data to decide where the most powerful tornadoes could strike.
You can see that's some tropical jet in that left exit region, like moving into southwestern Oklahoma.
The guys predict powerful storms to fire across Oklahoma, which offers ideal chasing terrain because of the wide open spaces.
The storm's going to be moving around 30 knots. If without that instability, it might be moving slightly slower, so the storm should be pretty easy to chase today.
Okay.
Right now, we're starting the day in Moore, Oklahoma at my house. It looks like there could be two areas where we possibly could be chasing thunderstorms today, either in south central Oklahoma or north central Texas or up in northeastern Oklahoma.
So we're just going to go up towards Stroud, Oklahoma to decide what the best area is.
The tornado potential today is pretty high. With so much instability, like the CAPE values are extreme, they're going to be off the charts.
CAPE stands for Convective Available Potential Energy. It's a measurement of energy or instability in the atmosphere. Instability occurs when warm, moist air near the surface combines with the cool air above. This energy can be used in the formation and intensification of thunderstorms.
Any supercell that goes up today and doesn't have any cap issues or any kind of outflow issues going on with it should be able to produce tornadoes.
The cap, not to be confused with CAPE, is a layer of warm, dry air in the atmosphere. If the cap is too strong, it can prevent tornadoes from developing or staying on the ground for any length of time.
Let's go.
They have to move fast if they are going to see the first tornado develop.
Oh, I need to put my seatbelt on.
Because the storms could start producing tornadoes immediately after developing, we have to be on the storms very early in their life cycle.